This podcast is on how to elect the President of the United States of America. The United States President is elected in a system which is known as the Electoral College system. This system was developed at the Constitutional Convention in 1787. The system can be somewhat complicated. I'm going to try and make it as simplistic as possible. We're going to begin, first of all, by understanding the two types of votes that go on in this system. There's a vote known as a popular vote. There's also a vote known as an electoral vote. Now, a popular vote is a vote that the American people cast. That would be us. The electoral vote, that is based on the United States Congress. The United States Congress is the number of representatives each state has based on its electoral worth. Now let me explain this concept of electoral worth. I'm going to use the state of Michigan and its census information from the year 2000 to explain. Each state has members in the House of Representatives. Michigan, as a result of the census of 2000, had 15 people. Now the fewest that you can have is 1. Every state is guaranteed 1. Michigan in this case, 15. Every state has 2 senators. It's equal. In order to determine the electoral worth of each state, what we do is we add together the membership of the House plus the 2 senators, and that gives us 17. So Michigan would be worth 17 electoral votes. Now, the way the variance comes in is it's based on the House of Representatives, because each state can have a varying amount. It varies every 10 years with a process which is known as apportionment. And apportionment is done, and it is representative of the population, and it's varying when we count every 10 years in our census. Now, the most that any state has at this time as a result of the 2000 census is California with 55. As previously stated, the fewest you can have is 3, 1 person in the House plus their 2 senators. California in this case would have had 53 people in the House plus their 2 senators. So that's one extreme to the other. Michigan kind of in the middle at 17. Now, given this background knowledge, here's what happens. In order to win the U.S. presidency, you must win more than half, as seen down here in the lower left-hand corner. You must win more than half of all the electoral votes. Now, there are 538 electoral votes. Now, this is how we determine the 538. We start with 435 people in the House. We add that number to the 100 people that are in the Senate. That gives us 535. That's still not 538. Here's where the other 3 come from. Washington, D.C. is worth 3 electoral votes. That's how you end up with 538. Now, more than half of 538 is, as seen down here in the middle, is 270 electoral votes. Whatever candidate has over that amount and more than anybody else will become the next president of the United States. This is called the Electoral College system. Now, in order to win each state, it's determined by the popular vote. The people, and we'll use Michigan as an example, the people of Michigan vote. Whatever candidate wins the most popular votes in that state will win the 17 electoral votes that it's worth. And those electors will be obligated to cast their electoral ballots for that winner. Now, if there's no winner, and this has happened twice in American history, in the election of 1824 and in the election of 1876, here's what will happen. Now, as the Constitution says, if there's no winner, and this is the actual Constitution, it says here, and if there be more than one, then it says here that the House of Representatives will choose by ballot. So there you have it. That's our Electoral College system.